everyone, and welcome to K-Pop Queen for your non-daily reactions to all things K-pop. Okay, listen, the comebacks, we're gonna get them. August is gonna be so fucking packed, you're gonna get sick of seeing my face and all of my wigs, I promise you. But right now, I'm gonna give you a little drama shot talk. Now, I know I said that I would make this a regular weekly content sort of thing, but you guys also know that I love to lie, so that was never gonna happen. But I still got a video for y'all today. In fact, maybe I'll have two. Don't quote me. Just get this one and enjoy them for the time being. Okay, right now I'm gonna talk about another Oh Hae-young, or also known as another Miss O. Now, let me just say this. I watched this a long time ago. In fact, I think I watched it when it was airing or right after it aired, so like back in 2016, right? And the thing is that when I was watching it, I loved it. I remember literally laughing my ass off, enjoying it so much. I remember seeing all the reviews for it as well. Like, everyone was talking about this drama. So I was like, okay, let me watch this. And I really, really liked it. However, I went back and I read some of these reviews so I could refresh my memory. And so many people disliked it. In fact, all the reviews I read were very much like, not like, they didn't love this drama. They had quite a few things. They said that it got annoying at some points. The plot like fizzled out at the end. Now I do remember that. I do remember the plot sort of fizzling out at the end because they sort of solved all the problems too early. That happens, but I still really enjoyed this drama. Am I misremembering this drama? Like, why don't I remember this? Because I don't know. I'll get into it, you guys. But basically, I really love this drama. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll think it's too dramatic. Maybe you'll think the fighting's too much. I'm not entirely sure. But all I can tell you is that when I watched it, I had a great time. I don't know. Let me give y'all some more background, okay? Listen, like I said, this was super, super popular in Korea when this dropped. Like, I mean, like, so popular. I was seeing people talk about it, so I watched it, right? Came out in 2016 and had 2 special episodes, okay? This drama, in my opinion, really, really funny. I found it to be really tragic at times as well. Like, the way that we were able to laugh in one part and then sort of like, pull at our heartstrings and maybe get a little upset in another part of the episode, I thought was insane. The writing in this is really good, in my opinion. I thought they took a very interesting concept. Like, this drama has a very interesting concept. You don't see this being done. It's very unique, and they made it like come to life. They really made it seem like this is something that could really happen to you. And I don't know. I really, really like this. Let me read y'all the synopsis on Wikipedia, because I can't even put it into my own words. It's a little bit too difficult. Now, just buckle up. It's paragraphs. Okay. Park Do-kyung, aka Eric Moon, is a sound director in his 30s. A year ago, his bride, Oh Hae-young, pretty, Jeon Hae-bin, disappeared on their wedding day, leaving him miserable. 1 year after that incident, Do-kyung was told that Hae-young is going to marry a young entrepreneur named Han Tae-jin, Lee Jae-yoon. Do-kyung exacted revenge by sabotaging Tae-jin's business, leaving him bankrupt. However, the woman who has the name Oh Hae-young, just played by So Hyun-jin, is actually just a stranger who coincidentally has the same name as the other Oh Hae-young pretty who left him. So that's why it's called Another Miss O or Another Oh Hae-young. There's literally 2 characters by the same name, and the thing that differentiates between them is honestly looks. One is considered very pretty by the standards, another is considered, just a regular girl. Back to this. Coincidentally, Oh Hae-young just is the girl that Do-kyung has been seeing lately in his visions, and he sees snapshots of the future with her in it. Tae-jin was soon sent to jail due to bankruptcy, hence before his imprisonment, he meets his fiancée, Hae-young, just the regular one, and tells her that he doesn't love her enough to marry her and wants to call off their wedding. Truthfully, Tae-jin was lying, and his true intentions was to let her go so that she will gain happiness. Amidst all of this, Do-kyung and Hae-young, the regular girl, the regular Oh Hae-young, lives turn as their cross paths. After sharing similar unfortunate experiences of being dumped before their weddings, the 2 of them get even closer. Will Do-young start to fall in love with regular Oh Hae-young, or will regular Oh Hae-young look at Do-young the same way when she finds out that he is the one who ruined her wedding? Is it a love story between 2 people who should not be destined to be together? Or will Do-kyung's visions of her actually prove that they are meant for each other? So like I said, this is a very unique plot. It's about a man who starts having these visions of the future because of something that he deeply, deeply regrets. He ruined the wedding and the lives of 2 separate people, 2 strangers, all because of really a huge misunderstanding, a huge problem in communication. Went ahead and ruined everybody's life. Now you get to watch like the visions, the consequences, how their lives intertwine, how everybody starts figuring things out. Like I said, I think it's a very interesting drama, and I think you'll truly enjoy it. What you see is not necessarily what you get. Things can change. You never really know. It just depends on the decision that you make that day. So this is starring Eric Moon, who I'm sure you guys know from Shinwon and a bunch of other dramas. So Hyun Jin, who, I mean, come on. I love her so much. I think she's a great actress. She was in Dr. Romantic, Temperature of Love, Let's Eat 3. You know, like, she's a phenomenal actress. Phenomenal actress. Also part of the group Milk. I don't know if you guys know that group. Way like a first gen K-pop group. Anyway, she was in that group. Also starring Jung Hye Bin, who I'm sure you guys have seen a bunch of other dramas as well. This is a star-studded cast. I just named some of the leads, but there are a lot of people in this. We've got Youngji from Kara. She's in this. I think this was her debut acting performance, and now she sort of transitioned fully into an actress. So this is like, I think this was her first time acting. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe it was, and she ate her role up. Okay, we also have Lee Jae-yoon, who plays the fiance of regular Oh Hae-young. You guys have seen him a lot, trust me. You Google him and you'll be like, oh, I've seen you in literally every genre. We have Kim Mi-young coming in again as a mom. Like, this is our mom, you know. Also Ye Ji-won, Kim Ji-seok, Ho Jung-min. I mean, there's like, it's star-studded. We know all of these people. These are very familiar faces, and that's probably another reason why I wanted to watch this, because it's like, wait a minute, I've seen all these people in different dramas. Let me see them together right now. This might be something really interesting. So Eric Moon, he plays Park Do-kyung. He's a sound director. He's very reserved, aloof. You can't really tell what he's thinking. He's also very stubborn, and maybe a little harsh, like a cold sort of character. And that's just because he's really dedicated to his work. His life has not been like a normal trajectory. His mom is like the worst. She is a gold digger. I think that's the literal description of her. She's a gold digger. She, is always coming to him for money. So he's just kind of irritated with the way that his mom is. Then plus having his marriage not work out, like being dumped the day before his wedding. Like, I get why he's like this. You know what I mean? Life has been a little harsh on him, right? This act of revenge isn't even his idea. It's actually his friend's idea, okay? Very out of character, but he does it, okay? And he regrets it so much from the future. Like, future him regrets it so much that past him starts having all of these visions about the girls' lives that he ruined. And he's kind of like, at first he's like, what is this? Like, who are you? Past him's like, I don't know what this means. What are these visions? And then he starts seeing her and he's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, all this and this. He starts piecing the things together, and he realizes, like, oh, what have I done? Like, what is this? Like, are our lives intertwined now because of what I did? Like, he's beginning to realize the effect of his decisions. And it really twists up his life. You see these two people, complete strangers, accidentally now become like, intertwined, and you watch that story play out. So Hyun Jin, she's playing regular Oh Hae-young. I would describe her as like another person who has had to deal with some shitty shit from life. Like, she has spent her whole life being known as regular or just Oh Hae-young, as opposed to, pretty Oh Hae-young. By the way, these two characters know each other, of course. They went to the same school. So she's been compared this whole life, and it really took a toll on her. I think it would take a toll on anyone, truthfully. If someone else was named Dara and they called her the pretty one and me the regular one, I think I would move. The fuck? I'm not dealing with that shit. But anyway, she's had to deal like her whole life being called regular or plain. And so as she gets older, I think she sort of like relies on comedy and, being a little sassy, and trying to show a face that like, none of your words hurt me. Like, whatever, she's pretty, but I'm funny. You know what I mean? Like, very much like that. In some of the reviews though, people called her annoying, and I genuinely do not remember that. Did you guys watch this? Like, did you guys think she was annoying? I did not think she was annoying. So, after all these comparisons, her whole life being called plain, once her wedding gets canceled, it's another hit for her. She's just like, I can't even do this anymore. Why is life taking a shit on me, So she is like trying to keep her life together. It's in shambles. She's like the talk of the town. Everyone's gossiping about her. Her parents are pissed, and she can't tell them what really happened about why the wedding got canceled. Like, she lies to her parents. She's just like, I didn't feel like doing it anymore. And obviously her parents think that that's stupid. And, you know, the people around her they don't really understand. But really, it's because her fiance went ahead and dumped her the day before the wedding because of what Park Do-kyung did. Like, she, you know, all of these things, she doesn't even know why it's happening to her. So her life is in shambles. She's honestly doing her best. I remember really liking her, but if I watch it again, maybe I'd have a different opinion. So we also have Jun Hae Bin. She's playing the pretty Oh Hae Young. She lives for the attention. Like, she really liked, you know, people liking her because of her looks and stuff. You know, people being really nice to her. I mean, who wouldn't like people being nice to you all the time? You know, even whenever you come in, they're just really nice. They give you a lot of things. Pretty privilege, right? Like, a pretty privilege. People love that. But although she puts on this face of being like really happy and like a nice girl, her life is also in shambles. Like, her parents are a fucking mess. They got her ass going to different weddings all the time. Her parents are constantly getting remarried, constantly shoving around her life. They don't really pay attention to her, so she doesn't get any attention from her parents. And that's why when she receives it from the outside world, she really loves it. And that's why she couldn't even get married to Park Do-kyung in the first place. Like, she freaked out. She left for Europe, didn't say a single word to him, which is not correct. Let me just say this, I'm not on her side. But once you see her story, you kind of understand why. You're like, okay, I get it. Still not right. At the end of the day, still not right. But she's a pretty interesting character, because at first you think that like she's just sort of like shallow, but you realize there's some depth to her. There's depth to all of these characters, honestly. Even some of our side characters. I mean, everybody has such an interesting story, which is something I also really liked. I wasn't only involved in the lead story, I was actually interested in everyone's story. Because I will say, the older sister, who is played by Ye Ji-won, she is Park Do-kyung's older sister, so Park Soo-kyung, also regular and pretty Oh Hae Young's boss. Listen, everyone's connected, okay? Right? Her story with Park Do-kyung's best friend, played by Kim Ji-suk, at times I was just kind of like, okay. What's the holdup? What's the problem? Because she and him, like, they have a whole thing going on. Like, just like a whole thing going on, like a love-hate relationship, right? And you kind of wonder, is it going to be love or is it going to be hate today? And eventually I was kind of like, well, why isn't it just love? Why are we still hating on F12? You know what I mean? Like, why are we still doing this? Let's figure it out. Let's stop playing these games. But that's like a small thing. It didn't bother me that much, but I remember thinking, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Just get together, you know? Anyway, some of my favorite scenes from this, oh my gosh, there was a lot of good stuff in this. One thing that really stood out for this drama, and you can see it in all the articles, is the more realistic style of kissing. None of that dry ass lip shit. Nah. This is for adults. Full on, like, stuck together against the wall, making out sort of situations. People love that. I mean, I loved it. I ate it up too. I ain't gonna lie. But it was good. Like, it was more realistic. It wasn't chaste. Like, I'm not like a 12-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, these people were like in their 30s, mid-30s. They knew what they was doing. So that was a really big part of it. And I think that's why people really liked it and got really big. So you'll definitely like these scenes. If you like a little bit steamier stuff, you'll be into this. Also really enjoyed this one scene in particular. So Oh Hae Young, both of them, they have a school reunion at a bar. And everyone is crowding around the pretty Oh Hae Young. They're like, oh, it's so good to see you. You're still pretty, la la la. And regular Oh Hae Young is kind of like, I'm sick of this shit. Like, I've been trying to make y'all laugh all night, and you have been, but you've been ignoring me. I don't really like this. You know, whatever. So then she sees Park Do-kyung, and she's like, oh my gosh, my boyfriend is here. Gotta go, guys. And she starts running towards him. And he's like, why are you running? Literally like, why are you running? You know? And she's like, please pick me up. Pick me up. Pick me up. She's literally mouthing it as she's running to him. And he's like, no, I don't want to. Why? No, stop. No, I'm not. And then she literally jumps so he catches her. And they have this little pretend moment where they're like hugging. And she's like, oh my gosh, baby. Like, thanks for coming to pick me up. When really homeboy was just there for dick. dinner. He was at the restaurant next door with his boys just trying to grab food after work. Everyone was confused, but he was like begrudgingly holding her and like hugging her, and she's like, if you could just do a spin right now, I'd be so grateful. Please spin, spin. So he does the spin in front of everyone. So everyone at her reunion, and then his friends are seeing this and they're like, what's going on between y'all? So y'all together? Wait a minute, what is this? Hold on. Obviously, pretty Oh Hae-young sees this. She gets super jealous. All of her school reunion friends are like, oh, look at Oh Hae-young. Okay, she got another man even though she just got dumped. Good for her. You know, like, it creates this whole moment where everyone thinks they're together, and it's so funny. It's so funny. Love that scene. Another scene that I really liked, and this is a sad one, but I like the way that it really had me enraptured. So basically, you don't find everything out when it happens. You find it out later, like it is spread out through the show, right? And so you don't know why her fiance dumps her until way later. You don't even know that like he's like, you don't know anything, like it's very suspicious, right? And so we find out that, like, you know, Park Do-kyung ruined his business, he's going to jail for bankruptcy, all this stuff, right? But he doesn't tell her this, which I think was a really big mistake, because he's very much in love with this woman. He obviously wanted to marry her and everything, but he doesn't tell her this. Instead, he lets his pride get in the way and basically says to her, I don't want to get married anymore, the day before. And it's like at a cafe, a very public setting, which cruel. And she's like, what are you talking about? The wedding's tomorrow, stop joking around. And he's like, well, no, I just kind of decided that I couldn't stand the sight of you eating. Like, I didn't want to see you eat anymore for the rest of my life. And I wish you guys could see the way So Hyun-jin ate this scene up. You could literally see the impact of the words on her entire body. She realized that, like, when you say that to someone, like, you can't stand the sight of them eating, you don't even want to see them eat anymore, it's like you literally cannot stand them. You pretty much hate them. And she realized that, and she was like I can't even reenact it. The pain that went through her, I was in, I think I cried a little bit. I was like, no! Nobody deserves to hear that. But the way that she got up, walked out of that cafe, and somehow made it home, I mean, brilliant scene. Brilliant scene. Like I said, there's gonna be some tragedy in this. There's a lot of depth to these characters. You're gonna see why the way they are. Like, you're gonna see the pain that caused them to be the way that they are. And it's great acting. It's really great acting. Mainly from me, from So Hyun-jin. I said this before, she's a force to be reckoned with, and she absolutely ate this role. She made it come to life. Okay, another thing I really love about this drama is the music. Anytime I hear these songs, I get wrapped right back up into the emotions. Ben, Like a Dream. Ben, her voice is insane. You guys have heard it from other dramas. But this song, emotional. She has like a very soprano voice, very high tone, just very lofty and very dreamy. So Like a Dream, I mean, you just get wrapped into it immediately. It comes in at like the very emotional parts of the drama. So whenever I hear it, I'm like, oh, I'm emotional. I'm supposed to feel emotional. The same with If It Was You by Jung Sung-won. I mean, oh my god. Those two really knew what they were doing when they came into the studio. They made some bangers right there. They made some very emotional ballads. If you ever feel like you need to just wallow, definitely listen to this song. This is the one drama I actually considered rewatching, and I don't rewatch dramas. I hate rewatching dramas. I can't do it. I don't like to do it. No. I don't know why, but I don't. But I really was considering rewatching this one because I had such a good time watching it. And I really hope you guys do too. If you haven't watched it already, hopefully I encouraged you to go in and watch it. I didn't give you away too many spoilers. Maybe I did. I don't know. I review them. I just... There's not much I can do, okay? But if you have watched it, I really want to know your opinions on this. Were you guys annoyed with regular Oh Hae-young? Were you annoyed with her relationship with Park Do-kyung? Like, did you feel it was too tumultuous? Like, I really need to know, okay? Comment below, tweet at me, and I'll be back with another video. All right, bye guys.